Hey guys, you're most welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana Amwating. These loose braids are so beautiful and I've discovered an extension I'm going to show you in a bit, okay? So I'm going to start off by showing you my rubber bands and then the gel I'm going to be using. This is Jocelyn. So many people ask me, this is Jocelyn, this is how it looks like, and I'm also going to combine it with Shine and Jam. This is how the gel looks like. Now with the pattern, I'm starting with my ear, or I'm starting as my ear, like parting my hair from ear to ear at my back using this type of comb, and then making sure that I'm using gel to clean up the part. So every time I clean up a part, I use gel. Like I always say, some people do not prefer to use gel, which is okay, but then you don't expect to have the same results as crisp as the parts would be if you do not use a gel. Okay, so that is the difference. Even though some people are able to really part the hair such that it is looking just as gel. It all depends on your skill, but for mine, I'm not as skilled to not use gel. Okay, so yeah, this is how I am doing it. And then at the center, I'm just parting the hair into two and applying gel in between and cleaning the parts, and then adding gel to the section that I'm working with and going around to comb before I attach the rubber band. Okay, please keep in mind that when I part my hair and I want to clean up the parts, I use gel to clean up the part. Now moving on to the next part, I'm going for medium sections or medium parts. Moving on to the next parting, I'm parting all the way round from my at the upper part of my ear. I said topper. At the upper part of my ear, I'm parting it so that it will look like a semicircle behind me. Then I'm using gel to do the cleaning. Okay, so basically that's how I do my parting. My camera battery ran down, so I had to use my phone to continue with the parting. I couldn't just wait, you know. And so I'm going to get an extra battery, but then over here I'm just using my rattle comb to clean up the part like I always do. So there will be some parts that I may not show how I am using the gel to clean up the part, and so that's why I keep mentioning it, to have that in mind. And then I comb my hair with a big comb and start to do the parting. Now when it comes to parting the hair, it really depends on a lot of practice. Okay, if you practice, you are going to know how to even straighten your hand, how to hold the comb. You know, we all hold combs differently. I thought everyone held a comb the same, but I realized that so many people hold combs differently. It all depends on your sitting position, how comfortable you are seated, how comfortable you are holding the comb on top of your head. Okay, so please practice as many times as you can, and you're going to figure out what works for you in terms of position, in terms of comfort, in terms of convenience, and how you can even hold the comb to be comfortable. Okay, so I would say that it is not a set in stone. It is not a one size fits all. Practice as many times as you can, and you're going to figure out how to position yourself to even hold the comb and part your hair. So basically, I'm just going to continue with the parting and use your physical eyes to see what I am doing and practice as such. Okay. So I am all done. This is how my patterns are looking like. I got 26 parts in total, 26 parts that I'm going to be working with. And yeah, the back, I admit the back is big, but anyway, so these are the extensions I'm going to be using. This is Posh Lady Hair. It is so smooth, my goodness. I'm using the 46 inches and 56 inches. When you buy the extension, it has all these properties. You can pause and read. And this is how the hair is looking like. Look, it looks like it's human hair. It looks like human hair blended, but it is not human hair. It's synthetic hair. Look at how shiny and bright it is, and it's so voluminous. You can tell from me running my hands through it. It's so voluminous. When you take one bundle from the pack, this is how a bundle is like looking like. And I started with from my back, and this is how I'm going in to attach the extensions to my hair. One thing about the extension, it doesn't travel. It is very, very smooth on the fingers, and it is not heavy at all. Now with the tutorial, I'm just gelling my hair so that it stretches out for me to be able to braid, so that I can also tuck in very well. Now when I fetch an amount of strands, I just use it to wrap at the base of my rubber band, and then I insert or attach the extension. It's called feeding method. So I feed in the extension with the method I'm doing. Again, I am not a professional, so I'm not able to like give you the term as to how I'm doing the method of the tucking. So please watch carefully. Like maybe the best I can describe it is when I am attaching the extension. So when you see that when I grab the extension and I am sending it to my hands, I grab it in between my thumb and my index finger, and then I continue to braid. That's how simply I can describe it. And I'm glad the camera captures it quite well for you to see how I'm feeding in the extension. I'm going to repeat it so many times for you to see how I am doing the feeding, but then I hope you get it. And like I keep saying, you should practice as many times. Some people do the feeding from attaching the extension on top of their fingers, but me, I do it below my fingers, or let me say below the braid, so that I can, that's how I'm comfortable, and that's how I feel it is very much secured. Okay, now I'm going to repeat the same thing. This is how I do the securing, but I'm going to do the same thing after this particular scene of securing the extension, so that it doesn't ravel. Okay, so I leave some amount of strands so that I can be able to do the curling at the end. Now again, I am just trying to gel up my hands in my hair and wrap the extension around my rubber band, and then I do a normal box braid. So I braid it about 1 to 2 times, and then I attach another extension by inserting it in between my thumb and my index finger below the braid, and then I tuck in. Once you're able to master this skill, you can apply it to everywhere. I'm yet to learn how to apply or do feeding for cornrows. I haven't been practicing consistently, so I still struggle with cornrow feeding, but with braiding, yes, by God's grace, I've been able to figure it out. So you'd have to do a lot of practice and consistently as well, so that you get it. You can get a dummy head. You can get a dummy head to do the practice. I have a dummy head which has hair on it, so that's what I used to practice, especially when I was learning how to do a feeding. But like I said, I don't know how to do the cornrows because I haven't been practicing consistently. I know how to do it, just that it doesn't come out as clean, so I'll continue to practice. But please watch carefully, and I'm going to repeat it so many times so that you can learn as many times and as much as you can. Okay, now when I get to the last part, I just fetch a strand from the extension, I wrap it around like I'm doing locks, and then I tie a knot so that it doesn't travel. Okay, so please keep watching and learn. this is how the extensions are looking like, the braiding. So this is the part I'm going to curl. I wanted to do loose curls, that's why I left a lot of extensions at the end, so that the curls really pop and nice. Now I use 6 bundles to do the extension. This is how many bundles are left from each inches, 1 bundle each, and then a little bit of hair extensions from the extension. So I use 6 bundles in total, and I'm going to be using flexi rods to do the loose braids or the loose curls. I fetched 2 different braids and then I attach the flexi rod on it. Then I start twisting the hair and I wrap it around the flexi rod. So without twisting, the curl will come out too, but it will not last. It will loosen in some few days. Okay, so make sure that you are twisting and wrapping it around the flexi rod, and as you do the wrapping, you hold it firmly so that it doesn't travel. If you don't hold it firmly, there's a larger percentage that is going to unravel, and you keep circling and circling and circling and circling, and by the time you are done, now inside your hand, your hands will be paining you. So please hold it firmly whilst you wrap the extension around the flexi rod, and wrap it until you exhaust every extension in your hands, and then you bend the flexi rod like that. Okay, so just bend it, and that's how I'm going to repeat it for the entire of my hair. Okay. Now that I'm done, at this point, we all know we are going to use hot water to set the curls. I'm applying mousse on the extensions. Now, with this particular method I did, you can apply the mousse on the hair before you wrap it around the flexi rod. I forgot, so that's why I'm applying it on the flexi rod whilst I'm done curling. So I'm just dipping the ends in the hot water, and like I always say, please get someone to help you if you are not conversant with this particular method, okay, with the hot water, so that you don't end up burning your skin, because it has burned me before. Please. Okay, now I leave it for it to dry. I left it for it to dry overnight, to air dry overnight, before I remove the curls, and sorry, before I remove the flexi rods. And with the flexi rods, when you're removing, basically you go the opposite side. So when you're wrapping, you wrap it in a certain way, but then you go the opposite side so that you still maintain the consistency of the curl. And I did the same thing for the entire curling until I was done. And then finally, I'm going to use olive oil sheen spray to spray on my scalp and then on the hair, so that it gives it a little bit of shine. The hair is already shiny, but just to cool my scalp. Okay, and I'm going to be doing my edges. As for the edges there, everyone does their edges very differently. So this is how today I'm choosing to do my edges. I don't normally do edges, but today I'm choosing to do my edges, and I'm using this nail brush because it's very good to lay down edges. At least that's what I found. Those small brushes never does for me. This nail brush does the magic for me. Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. Watch carefully, and probably repeat the same thing, or you can do yours differently depending on how much gel, how much edges you have. Okay. over here, I'm just using my Q-tip to clean the gel so that it doesn't really remove my makeup, and I'm just using my foundation brush to touch up the edges. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how the hair is looking. Look at the curls, so loose, so popping, okay? And you know that with the hair, I didn't loosen the braids as well. I really didn't loosen the braid. I'm sorry, tighten the braids. That's why it's called loose braids, loose braids. That's why I also went for the loose curls, okay? I started differently, and this is the various styles that you are seeing. I hope this was helpful. Do let me know, drop your comments, and I'm going to be seeing you in my next video, guys. Do take care. I love you so much. Have a blessed day and be good, okay? Bye.